Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and as always, I am coming to you with another episode of Tea with Spirit. So bust out your teapots, get your tea bags out, get your snacks out, get your soda pop, whatever it is that is what you fancy. Get it out and relax as we get into another episode of Tea with Spirit. This is season 3. If you haven't caught episode 1, you need to binge watch all of season 1 and 2, and now we're going to focus on season 3. This is the episode 2, and as always, here on the screen you can see that you need to write into the show by emailing me at this email address. In the subject line, have your Tea with Spirit, and then your question must be detailed about love. And I'm only accepting questions about love, as these are free insight. You can call me your love psychic, the psychic matchmaker, whatever you want. I am going to be helping people this season with their love life. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on that. You do need to include a photo, and you can include a photo of yourself and the person or persons in question, and also include an alias. And know that all of this is going to be anonymous. If you are chosen, it's all anonymous. All right, so we're going to get into our first this week's first case. I feel like Dear Abby, you know, like the Dear Abby column, if you've ever looked at that. All right, so let me just find it here. Okay, we're getting to Tea with Spirit, honey. All right, let's see here. All right, so I have a person that just emailed me. Okay, and here we go. Dear Ray, I'm Onyx. Admittedly, I am shy to admit this. Firstly, I'm obsessed with a guy who broke my heart and preyed on me last year, summer 2019. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. She says, I've been thinking about him every minute of the day to the point of exhaustion since we met 8 months ago. At the time of the meeting, I was 20, and although I was cautious, he ended up being a predator and nothing like I thought he was. I have never been deceived by anyone, and meeting him killed my innocence, my confidence, and my trust. Oh my God, I can tell you on so many levels that I can relate to this, because I have had friendships, not relationships, that have been like this with friends that called themselves as that and were kind of like this gentleman. So he lied about his age. Okay, he lied about his background, his name, his intentions, everything. I could only imagine what other secrets he has, and that alone makes me sick to my stomach. We stopped talking in September on his accord. He was pretty cold and insulting to me. I just found out he has been arrested since we stopped talking in September. Talk about karma. I always thought there was a chance we could reconcile, but once I found out he's been incarcerated since he stopped contact, I'm shocked. He's literally a professional criminal. It honestly made me break down because I've spent so much energy thinking and obsessing over him, and the fact that he's jailed hurt me, let alone the fact that he's a convict. It made me cry because I always thought that there was a slim chance I could at least get acquainted with him. And now I'm devastated because the chance is even slimmer. And because I obsess over him and I'm scared for his safety locked up. I just want him to be protected. Even though he didn't respect me, the prospect of him getting hurt scares me more than talking to him again. Although I'm still heavily obsessed with him, I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that he was probably supposed to be in my life for just a temporary season, but in some sick way, I love loving him. I feel like if I knew that there was a potential to meet someone new, it could help remove the focus from Mars. I guess Mars is the guy that she's interested in. So my question is, will I ever experience love or be in a romantic relationship, and when? I've never been in a romantic relationship, and the situationships, I love that word, that is my favorite word, I've been in have made my heart yearn for something more solid, real, and requited. It hurts to wait. And so, sincerely, Onyx. Onyx, girlfriend, let me tell you, you are a beautiful individual. You have a beautiful soul. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. I really, really do. I do feel like all of this has happened for a reason, and I feel like you're not alone. And all of my viewers, all of my soul girlfriends out there that are listening today to this podcast, and my all of my guy guys out there, all of the men that are listening to this can relate on some level of being deceived by a person. Now, immediately when I tune into this person that you, with Mars, that you were very interested in, I do feel very low vibrations. I feel like he was not a person that grew up loving himself. I also get that on a very deep level that that he's very numb to love and the concept of being honest. I don't feel like there was any remorse in his actions, and I do feel like on some level that this is karma that has come back to bite him. And the reason that he's going through all this is because, again, sometimes we are held accountable here in the physical world for what we do to others, and other times we are held we're held accountable when we leave this world. So I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading and see exactly what I see regarding your love life, and if you will experience it in this lifetime. I do feel like you both definitely have had a soul bond on many levels, but I do feel like you are a teacher to him in this lifetime, and you have taught him what unconditional love is. And that's the reason it's so hard, because sometimes when we are twin flames, which I feel like this is in the category that you both fall in, it's not easy disconnecting, and you'll never ever get rid of him in particular, like forgetting him. You're always going to have a piece of you that remembers him. But again, I feel like it's just dishonest, that the dishonesty, that cycle that he's in, is never going to change. So let me go ahead and see exactly what I see for you. All right, so Spirit wants you to release this connection, this soul bond. What you need to do is reclaim your power, Onyx, by praying to your Ascended Masters, praying to your Ascended Masters, praying to your ancestors, and ask them, I, Onyx, stand here before you, asking for your divine assistance, asking for all of my power that has been released and all the spiritual cords that bind me to this individual to be severed, to be cut in this time and this space. I reclaim my power, and I cut those bonds with this person, with Mars. So mote it be, or and it is so, or amen, whatever you want to do, hallelujah. You need to state something, make a statement out to the universe and speak it out loud. And you need to do this daily and remind yourself that you are loved and that you do have true love. When I tune into you in your life path, I do see that you are going to have a very interesting love life over the next 2 years. I do see 3 men that are coming into your life, okay? I know that's so weird. I never see this for every single person that I read. And because sometimes when I read people, most people are not ready for love, especially after all that you have been through in particular. But I see 3 different men coming in. So this could be 3 short 2 short relationships and then a long one with a soulmate that comes along. I still don't see in the immediate future, like in this year, that you will meet someone else. You still have this guy in your mind, Mars. You still have him very prevalent in your mind. That's going to stay there for the time being. I see you needing to take a risk, take a chance, because the pain is holding you back from moving forward. There is another guy who is going to be coming in. He is he is light skinned. He could be Caucasian. He could be Mexican or Hispanic, Latino. And then I see you having to decide. And there's something about money that is tying you in with these 2 guys, okay, that are going to be coming in addition to the guy that you are letting go, which is Mars. You're going to have to be very decisive. I feel like there's other factors in your life that I won't go into that is like about money and concerns about money that are going to hold you back. And so you need to release those worries to the universe because it doesn't serve you any good. But I do see that you do have true love, and that within like 2 years or less, again, timelines are I want to be very clear for those of you that are listening into this podcast, that when I do psychic readings and I give timelines, that the future is not written in stone. So you can accelerate. However, what I give you is a snippet of what I see that energetically aligns with your path. I do feel like this year you may have communication with these other men that may be coming in. I see two of them. So again, I said three of them. One of them is obviously the guy that's incarcerated. Then the other two are the new guys that I see. And I saw a temporary relationship with one of them. Now, one of them may have longer hair. I do feel like it may be like not long, but maybe to the shoulder and kind of worn up, or maybe in dreads or braids. But again, I feel like this is a person that could be light-skinned Latino. But I see this person, and I feel like they have some kind of battles that they're struggling themselves, okay? Then I see a true love coming in about in the winter months. It could be this winter, could be next winter, but like I said, within the next 18 months there is someone coming in, and I do feel like that person is going to be more chivalrous, more old school, mature, not into the games. And again, you're going to have to make that connection. And I also feel like they may be mixed or could be Caucasian completely. And I'm not sure if that's your cup of tea, but you need to be open to your options at this point. And I do see that you will be successfully happy and married in the future. But right now, it feels almost like, you know, your mind is having a hard time on letting go. And so, yes, you are absolutely right. You are very intuitive, and you are picking up on the things that Spirit is divinely giving you, these messages that when somebody comes else along, it's going to kind of create a distraction, but they don't want you to move too fast in any relationship that you go with. And they want you to have self-esteem and confidence and know your worth, because right now I feel like you are just accepting the possibilities in front of you and not really moving forward from those possibilities, because you don't feel like you're worthy enough, and you feel like you're to blame, you know, in many ways. So that's why you feel that connection, like you're stuck like glue with the twin flame Mars. All right. So honey, Onyx, I want to wish you all the best. Big angel hugs. And thank you for writing into the show of Tea with Spirit. Let's get on to the next person. All right, guys, so our next viewer that wrote into the show is someone called Val. And so she says, hi Ray, my name is Val for the show. And I've been in a relationship for many years and had kids with this person, but I am at the point where I have spiritually outgrown this person, and I may have to leave them to be in the right path in life. But it may take me some time, as I need to secure myself and my kids. I had this awakening when I met this person at a gig, and come to find out, we know people in common, have the same passions, and have crossed paths more than once. I have a crush on them, and they have inspired me to do what I love again and be myself. Was this person just someone I needed to connect to my higher self, or will this be something more in the future? All right, so I'm tuning into your vibration. So what I'm seeing with you right now is that you have a very sweet soul, but there's a lot of confusion. I also feel like there is something with the letter N coming in. I see that in your crown chakra. I'm not sure what that is about. There is the letter N that is coming up very strongly. But I do feel like you may not be very happy. There's been a lot of things that have molded you and kind of shut you down to be a little bit more angry or abrasive towards others for some reason. And so in this lifetime, what I'm getting specifically is that you and this person could potentially have something together. But I feel like this person is very intuitive, very spiritual. There's something about their bloodline. He has a star being, he's like a star seed. He has a very star being origins, but I also feel like he is a Mr. Know-it-all. So it's kind of like, I just feel like there is a lot of confusion here. I do feel like this person in yourself definitely had a past life connection, but there is like something of the roles being reversed, not being. You both had roles reversed in a past life, and so there is still a lot of this feeling of unsettling, like not knowing where you stand. I feel like he doesn't want to be in a committed relationship. I feel like he likes more like having fun, and you know, it may lead to intimacy or it may lead to something else, but really and truly I don't feel like he wants to be in a serious relationship. And for you, I feel like you need to, since you have kids, right, with this person, you need to like look at the future for yourself, because I do feel that there is someone else that will complete you. But right now I don't see any movement. I have to be honest. I don't see like you moving away from this situation. I feel like there is like a sense of not being able to move and empower yourself. So the first thing is like making a list of everything that you want to accomplish, whether it is, you know, getting a job, having financial security, and then moving, you know, and opening yourself up to moving away from where you currently live, your living situation right now. I do feel like it's going to be some time. Honestly, I'm going to be very honest, before you would meet anybody new. When I talk about that, I'm talking about 6 to 7 years. And I know that's something that you may not like. And again, you can change it. The future is not written in stone. You could change this destiny and this course of path. If, let's say, like tomorrow, you were to pick up your things and just move, and then, you know, slowly find your job and all of that. But the way that the world is right now and everything that is going on, I do feel like you two had past life union, and in this life you've been there's a lot of karmic lessons in your relationship that you both have, or this connection that you have to master, that you both have not mastered. I see a lot of codependency on both of you, on both of your parts, not willing to kind of let go in many ways. And so until those lessons have been met, centered around fidelity, centered around independence, and being completely whole, learning. Like for you, what I keep hearing Spirit say is that your lesson in this lifetime is to learn how to be completely whole without needing someone in your life. And I hate to say that, but that's what I see. And I have to be very honest. Now, this is not me passing judgment. This is not me, you know, thinking that I know it all. This is, you know, you asked and Spirit is answering. And this is unfiltered and raw, just from Spirit. And that's how they're answering and being very clear that in order for you to let go of all of this, you know, you have to kind of break away from that codependency to find yourself again. So this is what I get for you, hun. I hope that it helps you in many ways. I hope you stay strong. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but in the meantime, you may want to seek some type of therapy. That's something that's not something spiritual. But again, I'm a firm believer that if I'm not able to help someone or kind of give them that guidance, since I'm not a physical, like I'm sorry, like a counseling or a counselor or a therapist, you know, like a couples therapist is what you kind of need. And I feel like that is going to be something to help you up. You have a lot of bottled emotions and things that I cannot help you with. I could do a psychic reading for you and give you more in depth, but there are professionals out there that go beyond that when it comes into the mentality, you know, your mental thoughts, your mental well-being, and all of those things. Because there's a lot of things, and I'm not going to talk about here, that are very private for you, that you went through early on in your childhood and adulthood, that have kind of shaped it and molded a lot of this stagnation that you are in right now. So again, you need to seek out that therapy. And I feel like once you are able to open up, you're going to be getting an epiphany and getting the empowerment to move forward. But until you actually do that and seek some kind of, you know, outside help, other than spiritual help, you are going to be stuck in this cycle of kind of pain and regret and not really wanting to move forward, okay? So big angel hugs to you. Thank you so much for writing into the show. And now we're going to get into the next person. All right, guys, this week's, the next person, the next viewer that wrote into the show, this person's name is Lonely Heart. So hi, Lonely Heart, and thank you so much for writing into the show. She says, I'm 22 years old, turning 23 this year, and I have been single my whole life. No boyfriend. I haven't been on any date either. I just wanted to ask if you see anybody coming into my life romantically soon. So, Lonely Heart, The thing here that I want to say is that I feel like a lot of people that are very young, such as yourself, feel like, they see their friends and family members maybe at your age, being in a relationship. And sometimes we start to compare our life to theirs, and we want to mirror it in many ways. And what I mean by mirror is that we want everything like that they have. You see a girlfriend of yourself, that maybe your best friend, she's in a relationship, she's gotten engaged, and you are still 23. And I feel like there's a lot of pressure and illusions that have kind of been created by expectations that are unrealistic, that you feel like your family members may have of you, that you may be ridiculed because you're 23, you're 22, soon being 23, and you're still single. The thing here that I want to understand, I want to make very clear for all of my viewers that are listening, is that you can be any age, and everybody has a different soul contract and a soul journey here in the physical world. Just because someone gets married at the age of 18, has 3 children by the age of 27, and gets their brand new home by the age of 30 paid, that's all good and dandy, but that's not everybody's ideal life path. Everybody's life path and destiny is different. And the first thing that I want you to do is stop comparing yourself to the other people that you see or what you feel, because I feel like on some soul level that this bogs you down, it weighs you down spiritually and emotionally, and you're kind of reverberating this on a subconscious level, and it's making you feel very frustrated and feeling like a failure in your life. And you're not a failure, you're anything but that. Okay, you're a very strong individual. I do see a lot of other things coming into fruition before you meet the one and you actually are in a serious relationship with a boyfriend and marry and all of that good stuff. Essentially, what I feel for you is more of your creative path. You're very creative. You are someone that is very intuitive as well, very connected to energy. So you are a clairsentient. You could call this an empath. I call it clairsentient, which is somebody that senses energy of other people. Okay, and so that can affect you in many, many ways. I do want to say that I feel like on some level that this is a family gift, and it has been passed on through the generations, and that perhaps your mom and other females in the family have also felt or had premonitions, had psychic snippets, knowing things and of that nature. The thing is here, you need to protect your energy, because I see a lot of positive things coming around your career over the next year. Okay, I also feel like whatever you're doing professionally, it's going to have success. You're going to continue to be single for the time being, because I feel like the reason that you're being single right now is so that that way you can get that financial stability that you are seeking. And it's all about, once you're able to actually release the worry behind all of this, you are going to be able to invite the true soulmate into your life. Right now, this year in particular, Spirit doesn't want you focusing too much on love, to let that go. When I'm a firm believer that if your destiny aligns with a partner or a person, it's going to naturally and organically happen. The more that we want it to happen, the more that we're focused on it, it actually creates a limitation. And so you're no longer at the soul level in letting, whatever happen to happen. In some cases, when I do readings for people, I see love coming in, but I have to be very honest. Again, with your free will, I want to be very clear about this, that you can change your future. Let's say you go on a dating site, you could go on several dates, but that's not going to necessarily be true love. This is what you're wanting. You're wanting a true romantic love connection, and someone that is I feel like is very tall, maybe thin, dark features, and just a beautiful soul. You want the whole package, but in order to get to that level, you also have to be confident in yourself and patient, because I don't pick up that you're patient at all. And I feel like you are looking at the calendar, you're looking at your the cycles that are going through, and you're saying to yourself, you know, I should already have had a boyfriend. What is wrong with me? And you start playing that blame game, blaming yourself. And again, this is sending out a negative vibration to the earth, to the world. You need to create a vision board for yourself of the ideal guy that you want to attract into your life. You also need to create a vision board of all of your other goals and have that listed out, and have that as a reminder. And remember to say like a daily affirmation for yourself. I am love. I also want you to work with a stone that is called morganite. I've been recommending this to a lot of people that are in your situation, and also rose quartz. Those two stones have a very strong vibration of love and self-love, and can help you manifest that. I also feel like you should get into candle magic if you feel so called to do so. And you can work with a red candle, which is a red candle symbolize love, and just lighting it with the intention of attracting love into your life, and also having a stronger connection to your faith and to your spirit guides, and asking them for help and support to guide you to the right person. Sometimes our soulmates are just right around the corner and maybe staring us in the face, and we don't even know. We're so oblivious to it because, again, we have all these other things that are going on. So Spirit wants you to focus on that. Spirit also wants you to stop worrying about other people in your family, because I feel like you've taken on the role of kind of like a caregiver or somebody that has responsibilities on many levels. So Spirit wants you to kind of focus more on yourself rather than, you know, and if you have friends that are coming to you with their problems, you need to focus on yourself, because what I keep seeing is like a cycle that is repetitive and draining for you, and it can cause you to feel like the way that you do, but you will eventually have all that you want. But again, a lot of focus this year on your career, on money, on being independent, and not so much focusing on what you lack. But I see you going through some rough periods in the fall time, okay, with this, because again, I feel like you're hard on yourself, and it's about looking at yourself from a different angle, okay? So I hope that this helps you in many ways. I want to thank you for writing into the show. Big angel hugs. And now we're on to the next case. All right, guys. So this is going to be the last one for this week. I'm doing 4 this week. Every week may be a little different. I may do 5, 3, or 4. This week we are going to be doing one of our viewers. Her name is Tiff, and Tiff F wrote in, thank you so much. She says, I would like to know if the man that I've been seeing is really interested in me, how he feels about me, and if he wants more of a relationship, or should I just let him go? Okay, the first thing that I'm getting here is like, girlfriend, you have a lot of people, I feel like, or maybe on a subconscious, your spirit guides are telling you to let him go. But you are feeling kind of victimized by certain people. This could even be like soul sisters or people that are your like friends that maybe are telling you like you should already like have moved on from this relationship, but you're still stuck on it. For you, there's a deep desire of love. You want to be loved. You want romance. You want this person because I really feel like they're very attractive, and I also feel like they are someone that is very masculine, on the masculine level. But for you, it's almost like you are doing so much to get this person's attention. I feel like you're putting more effort into this relationship, or situationship is what I like to use that word a lot. And so it's very unbalanced. It's become very dark, very muddled, and it's preventing you from actually experiencing a healthy and wholesome relationship. So again, I'm all about not beating around the bush and telling you what you want to hear, but rather what Spirit needs you to hear. And so what I see here is a third-party relationship, okay? I'm going to be very honest here. This person could already be talking to someone else. I feel like they may create distance from you. There could be some distance that's being created, but there is definitely someone in the picture. And if they're not now, this could be future-oriented, so hold on to that. But the message here is that on some level, you are going to come out of this. You're having a spiritual awakening, and there's no coincidence that you wrote into my show. I want to thank you for writing into my show. I do feel like you are being worked with. You're going to be working with an ascended master, Saint Germain. He is the one of the violet flame. You can look him up. He is part of the Great Brotherhood. that works, you know, with individuals as a teacher on the spiritual side, and he works with people here in the physical world who are very spiritual, very much like a light worker, which I feel like you are. I feel like whatever you do, it's about caring for people, helping people on many levels. And I do get that on some level that you are, when all of this is said and done, you're going to be like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I thinking being with this person, because of the fact that they never contributed or reciprocated my love or affection. So again, very clearly, you know, what spirit feels is like you should let go. But again, ultimately you have your own free will, and failure to do so, you know, could have you stuck in this cycle where you feel like you know, he's not making the moves that you want him to make. So I want to thank you so much for writing in. I want to thank everyone that is listening for listening to this show. And again, if you want to write into Tea with Spirit, you can just follow the instructions listed here on the screen. I also want to say that all of my readings, not all of them, but my psychic readings and my 12-month yearly outlook readings are on sale right now until further notice. This is to help people out. If you are interested in getting a reading, this is now the time to book it. My readings are 5 to 8 weeks out unless you purchase an emergency reading, which is not on sale, and that has a turnaround time of 72 hours. But now is the time to get a reading if you feel so inclined to do so. Also, for those of you that received a little snippet, like a mini reading through the Tea with Spirit show, and you are wanting more information, you will need to book a private psychic reading with me to get more information, or if you have more questions about that. But this is my way of contributing back to the universe, back to you guys, my rays of light. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys and all the love and support that you show me. So thank you so much once again. Big angel hugs to everybody. Stay safe. Remember to cover yourself. Wear a mask when you go out into the public. Love and light to everybody. Until next time. Bye.